put some soup in the slow cooker. So this is what I'm making. I picked up the slow cooker recipe pack from Passionate Penny Pincher. So this is the lemon chicken orzo soup. It's my first time making it. We'll see how it goes. This is gonna take about 6 to 7 hours. So that will be our dinner for tonight. And then we are also gonna make some chili for lunch. I find like if I don't have it all out the night before, at least the things I can keep out, it's really hard for me to get going in the morning. Good morning and welcome back to Box Homeschool. Today I am just going to take you along a day of a typical homeschool mom, and it's kind of a busier day, so I started dinner in the slow cooker and then my husband's going to make chili for lunch. That feels so good to get that going. Meals are one of my, I want to say pet peeves, but one of my biggest challenges. One of my daughters is under the weather today, so she might not do a full load of school. We'll see. We recently moved, and in the move, you know how you bring everything over and you just want to go through everything and purge whatever you can. It's such a good time for purging, right? But we have these memory boxes that we have for the kids, like things they create. So artwork that they love or writing that they love, their narration journals that are completed are stored in there. Those boxes are getting pretty full, and especially for my youngest daughter, because she loves to craft and create, and so she has so many great pieces of art that I don't want to throw away. She's right there. I don't want to throw away. They're so special to us, but also the bin is just getting so full that I don't want to start a second bin and start doing that. For my oldest daughter, I did take a lot of photos and put it into a drive, and we just never look at that. It's great that we still have the photos of it, but I'm realizing how hard it is. You know, so many photos stored in our phones, and like a lot of times it gets backed up to a drive. We don't see them hardly ever. So I was looking for a way to preserve those pieces of art and making some room in our bin, and I found a company that helps preserve kids' artwork or anything really that you want to get rid of, like loose papers, but you want to keep the memory of it. I think what will be helpful is if I show you my home planner, and then you can kind of see what we need to do today. It's kind of like a hang out with a homeschool mom slash try to get a lot of things done today. Today, the day that I'm filming this, is actually election day, and today in Bible study it talked about in Romans, but those who live according to the Spirit set their minds on the things of the Spirit. To set the mind on the Spirit is life and peace, and that is so appropriate for today, as my mind can be filled with anxious thoughts about the next president and how that's gonna go. It's a lot, right, going on in this world, and you can easily get overwhelmed. So I'm thankful for time to do Bible study this morning. I'm thankful for the time change, gaining an hour. It's just easier lately to wake up early and get started strong. So let me take you to the homeschool room and show you my planner. Okay, here is my home planner that I use for basically everything. This is the 2024 version. I have another flip through video of this planner that I really just love so much. It's been really helpful for me for the last 3 years. This is the top section. I'm trying to be more diligent about using this top section. It's hard for me to remember these things. I do them, but I don't always like check these off. For today, it's Tuesday. Oh, we did prep dinner. Wash, put away dishes, not yet. Clean the kitchen counters, we did.
Be found, but the temptation to do this still haunts me. As much as we all know there is only one true God, we still hunt for God's replacements.
These are some of the things I want to get done today. Let's see. I did my Bible study, so I don't follow the plan within this planner, but I just check it off once I've done my own plan. For today, this is my goal. Fill out my homeschool planner for next week to prep my kids' planners or have them fill it out. Usually they fill it out first, and then I'll go through and add anything that's special for that week. To check their IEW assignments, they're due tomorrow, so Tuesday is usually the day that I'll go through them and do the parent checks, film our day. I mentioned that I wanted to go through Lucy's artwork, so I'm gonna do that. I have a hair appointment. So excited for that. I feel overdue. I have to pay the fitness teacher that we meet with. A couple things for Lucy. Hopefully she's okay. We'll see how she feels today. But she does need to take her passport photo. It's expiring. And then a voiceover audition she has to do. I wanted to post something for our work account. We have a videography business. My husband runs that and I just help on the side. But I wanted to post something for that. We don't post very often. It's just been so busy, so we post when we can remember. There is a big giveaway coming up with a company I work with, Artesia. They make science and math and Bible curriculum, and they have a big giveaway coming up, and I wanted to writing the caption for that. So I work with them on some marketing things. Also, I wanted to participate in a Living Book Legacy post on my Instagram. On certain Wednesdays, I'll jump in and share different themed books. And this week is current reads, and that one is always fun. I love seeing what other people share. So if you're not already following us on Instagram, we're at Box Homeschool. Follow Apologia. That will be a fun giveaway coming up. A really big giveaway that I wish I could win, but I'm just helping to put it together. So that's my hope for today. And that doesn't include chores and some other random life things, but that's where I'm at today. I actually did fill out my planner for next week. I did that early because I filmed a little plan with me reel that will be out next week. So here's our my homeschool planner. So I already filled out, let me just make sure. Yeah, so I already filled this out for next week. And next week is even busier. So there will be a little bit less school coming up, which always happens around the holidays, right? So we just finished doing our morning devotion. My son read that. And then my daughter had to run off to her online class. But we are going through in the season of Thanksgiving from Campfire Curriculum. We are on day, where are we? Oh, lesson 4. So we'll read lesson 4 today. If we do a Thanksgiving study or any seasonal study like Christmas, I really like to start those earlier than what's normal. One, because we always skip days. Something inevitably always happens, and I don't want the pressure of, Christmas is over and we're still reading it in January. So we start early. My plan is to finish this before Thanksgiving and start right into our Christmas studies. And that is all we're going to do for morning today. They did their Bible study. Oh, we will do World Watch News, and then that'll be our morning. My daughter is under the weather, so I pass these out to everyone. And then this is a vitamin that I take. I found this book in my bookshelf that I've read before, but I kind of just started skimming some of the chapters, and I was like, oh, I actually really like this book. I think it kind of takes me out of the normal routine of things. It helps me to focus on slowing down and also just bringing kind of that delight and joy back into our day. It's kind of like old-fashioned, but I love bringing old-fashioned into today when I can.
Through the blinds, wash away the worries like a winding tide. Yesterday left far behind, your sweet scent fills my lungs open wide. In this soft light, troubles fade away with you. No need for words to say.
Okay, everyone is on a little break, and my son is working on chores right now, and my youngest one is changing. I crossed off a bunch of things on her planner, so she set up her planner for me for next week, so I just have to fill in the rest. For today, you'll see I just crossed off a few things. She's not feeling so well, so I just took off some of the things that she doesn't need to do today and that we can work through, and it's not a big deal. She's ahead in a lot of things, so it's fine. This is what we just read for history today, and I love the timing of this. Going through this year in an election year, or even after an election year, would be great to go through this if you're thinking about maybe for next year, if your kids are kind of following along with the election this year, and they're interested. or maybe when they watch the inauguration, that could maybe light a fire of interest. This is what the lesson we just read about minorities gaining the right to vote, which is so important because as a family of minorities, this was shocking to my kids to read about how Asians were not allowed to vote until the 1940s, which is not that long ago. So this is what we read today, and then I'm gonna look on homeschool history to see what videos correspond to today's lesson. Oh, after that, we're gonna watch our episode of World Watch News for today, which I'm sure is all about the election. My daughter is gonna try to finish a math lesson, and my middle schooler is going to work on general science with Apologia, and then my oldest daughter is in her online class for today's Tuesday, Algebra 2 Honors. And just checking in with our to-do list. Nothing has changed with what I've written down, but we have completed some homeschool things and I've done a few other chores, but hard to come back to this and it looks exactly the same.
It's election day, folks. A lot of voters heading to the polls today. 2 years ago, New York County doled out I voted stickers designed by a 14-year-old student. Became an internet sensation, and now more states are using student art for stickers. Some went for a straightforward approach. Some included iconic state landmarks or flags. Others went for more comical tech. The star sticker this year is this werewolf, one of numerous student-made stickers provided in Michigan.
What could I ever do? I give up the world, the moon, the sky. For you, for you, for you, for you,
My daughter finished her IEW assignment, so I'm gonna go through. If you take the online course with IEW, the writing course, then each week you have to do these parent checks and just go through and make sure they added all these things in. So she already checked these off because she uses this as her own checklist to make sure she includes these elements of style in her paragraphs. And then what I usually do is delete these and then I'll go through myself and use this again as a checklist. So she just uses this to help her make sure she includes these things, and then I'll go through these and just make sure she labeled everything, look at last week's assignment and the comments, and make sure she did also. So that's my daughter's, and then my son is over there working on his IEW, and I'll go through his right after that. Just a little update on where we are right now. My husband is making lunch or getting it started. I just just went through and checked my son's IEW. So one thing that they ask you to do in that class is to go through the week prior's assignment that's graded and make any of those corrections and apply it to this week's assignment. So what happened was the teacher graded the assignment a little later than usual, I think because of, my guess is because of Halloween. And so he ended up writing his assignment already, complete with the dress-ups, and that takes a lot of time. Found out today the assignment was graded and there were some notes in there that required more editing, basically of the topic, and so that would require a lot of changes. I brought my son in and I'm like, oh, did you see last week's assignment? And he's like, yeah, but it's like I already wrote it and it's so much work. So there's a lot of pushback there. I get it. He doesn't want to rewrite his whole assignment, but I think it'll be just one of the paragraphs he'll have to revise, but it is a lot of work because it's not just writing the paragraph, but but making sure you include all the dress ups. So that took more time than expected because of the discussion, but it was good. I had to remind him I'm on his team. I'm not the enemy, I'm on his team, and I think he would feel so much better turning in something that was fitting the structure of what it's supposed to be, what the assignment was, versus keeping what he has that there's definitely corrections. And she said be sure to go back, revise the topic, and it's not done. He's gonna lose those points and he's not gonna be happy with his grade. So that's where we were kind of spending our time talking about. So it wasn't bad, but now he's just taking some time to regroup so he can prepare to write that paragraph. Another thing I'm doing right now is prepping to post for our video account. It's Juicebox Media online if you ever want to check that out. And it's actually a really fun reel that you might like. He got to go to an event at a children's museum. The authors are dancers and actors, and we know them from prior work experiences. So they wrote this book called Marty Dares to Dance. It's about a little Filipino boy who really loves to dance, is a little nervous about what people will think about him. And I love finding great little picture books that are featuring Asian American characters. So here's a little bit of the illustrations. So I'm gonna go ahead and post that reel right now. Okay, let's do a little planner check-in. Let's see, what have I done? Kids planner is done. Check IEW is done. Do you need to work with him a little bit on that? Hair appointment, no. Yes, we did the voiceover I just posted for a work account. And that's all for now. Not bad, not bad. Just got to my haircut appointment, so I'm gonna go touch up these grays. Probably chop off a little bit. I've been trying to hold off for a while because it's just been really busy and it's hard to get away. But today was the day. My husband took the kids to their fitness class. Oh, that reminds me, I need to pay her. I have my little pick-me-up sparkling water. I'm excited to get this done. I feel so much lighter. She cut texturized a lot, so it's a lot lighter. I have thick hair naturally, so it feels so much better. I still have a few things on the to-do list. I still have to write the caption for the giveaway post and caption my Living Books Legacy post and the art box that I wanted to get to today, but I'm probably gonna save that for tomorrow. So I will add in a little clip of us doing that just so you can see what that whole process is. And I'm really excited about using this company as an option to store our kids' artwork in a less cluttered way. I will add that right after this. Okay, it's the next day and now I have time to talk about the company that I'm using to preserve my daughter's artwork. So I have a big bin that is topped off, really packed with her artwork. Some of it includes her narration journals and some projects she's done for school and her watercolor notebook, but I'm not going to include all of those things. The ones that are already protected in notebooks and journals, I'm not going to include. It also includes some awards that she's received over the last couple years, but the bin is completely full. And a lot of them are just loose pieces of her artwork from taking her watercolor course or just her making her own comic books or just some of her drawings that I wanted to keep that she did in her free time. So those are all loose papers. And I wanted a way to consolidate that, one, to make room for other things in the bin to lighten that load, but also to preserve them somehow without just taking photos of them and keeping them somewhere on a drive. So the company that I found is called Artkive, and they send you a big box, a beautiful big box, and you are able to put in as many pieces of artwork that you want. There's different tiers. So if you put more artwork in, the cost goes up. If you put less artwork, the cost goes down. I'm gonna try for 50 pieces of art and make a book. So I'm gonna put 50 pieces into the box. You send it off to them. They will take photos of each piece of art and crop it and edit it. And then they'll create a bound keepsake book that you can keep easily on your shelf versus scattered in a bin. I loved the concept so much and I thought a lot of you might be interested as well. So I reached out to them and asked if they would want to offer some kind of discount code to my community. And they said yes. And the discount that they generously offered is $20 off your order. So you can use use the code JuiceBox20. I will leave that down below as well in the description, and the link if you want to make a special keepsake for your family or surprise your child as a gift. That would be so sweet. Thank you so much to Artkive for sharing this generous discount with our community. And now let me stuff that box. So now that the box is all packed, all I have to do is send that off in the mail, and then they will get to work and send back a book. So stay tuned on my Instagram. I'm probably going to share the final product over there once that arrives. Be sure to check down below for the link and the code JuiceBox20 to get $20 off your Artkive order. Thank you for joining me today and yesterday, and give this video a like if you enjoy productive homeschool days. I will see you in the next video.